So hi community. It's time for another AMA session, and today we have Joey from OG Token team, and he's gonna be presenting his projects. Joey, tell us about you and about the OG Token.
Yeah. Well, I have 10 years of corporate experience in different things. So mostly in credit card institution, and then later on in IT. So I've done various departments, like different things, and from fraud prevention department to business risk analysis, business relationship consultancy, quality assurance, policy creation. So I take care of QA, VOC, voice of customer analysis, a lot of policy writing in general as well. But that's me in a corporate environment. So out of a corporate environment, I started crypto. Every time I share this story, it pains me. Like I've said this more than 20 times now to different people. But seriously, it's I started in 2009 when Bitcoin just started. I was in a gaming community. So if anyone is from the OG 4chan, you would know that Bitcoin was a big deal back then, in that space, and there's a lot of gamers in the area as well. So I traded a lot of Bitcoin for a game in the game as a currency because I was really young. I don't have a credit card. So my mode of currency was that. I didn't see anything past a currency for a game at that moment because, I was really young. I didn't really understand. And I didn't take interest to understand. I think blaming on my age is really incorrect. I guess I didn't take the interest or see the potential as well because, even in the game at that time, although it was booming, not everybody understood what it was and not everybody accepted it. So I lost a lot of Bitcoins. So basically, fast forward 2017, I got back into crypto. I started back with Ethereum and XRP. I still hold them right now. I'm still waiting to buy more Ethereum when it plunges. But that's more towards me in investment. So after that, I've been investing very frequently and everything along those lines on blue chip cryptos. In terms of experience, I've been really lucky. Last year, I've managed to be with two other partners. We started off another project. If you guys have heard of it before, it's BNB Cash. We started in May 2021. I left in October 2021 and started the development with my other partner right now, currently, Jawad himself, for OG. In November. So we started the development in November itself. So that's a little bit of introduction about how I got there, about the project itself. In terms of timeline, a quick one perhaps is that, so we started development in November because we've had two really large angel investors, plus a little bit of our funds. We managed to raise $100,000, just four of us. That is purely for cost purposes, for us to build the platform, for us to do marketing before pre-sale and everything. So we had all those funds beforehand. We started the development. And then in December, we registered for the company. We've only recently launched our token. We took a really long time because we wanted to have an almost complete product before we release. So that's where we at.
That's an amazing introduction. I believe each and every one of us here must have a little bit background about Bitcoin, and I quite know that most of us here must have had a couple of Bitcoins out of that time and throw it away as if it means nothing, and we will be regretting why we have to throw it away because we never could imagine how it could go so far away. But anyway, that's an amazing. Do you have anyone from your team you will want to meet, or you just the only one here with us today?
Today is just me. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's go back to OG Token. So tell us a little bit about OG token and how you came about with the idea of the token.
Yeah, so about the token itself, well, it really has to do with past experience managing a project together with my partners, and then also helping out some other projects at the background. One thing that we do notice, is something that is so common in the space right now is the scam for crypto marketing. It's not just scam for projects. I know a lot of people get rug pulled, but they don't. What many people don't know is there's much more marketing scam for crypto than there is a rug project, and it's in different way. The scam is just in different way, and sometimes you pay somebody, they don't do the work, they disappear, or you pay them to do the work, they deliver like way over what you needed. Marketing has to be on time, or you pay them to do the work, but actually it's let's say you wanted them to do a video, but in the end they did a sticker. So it's it's totally different from what you wanted, and they'll play dumb and take your money, and then they just say, oh, no, 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 no refund, blah blah blah, and they disappear. So that's it's also very hard for crypto project owners in general to look for all these crypto marketers, because right now really there is no source, like proper source. People can go on Google, you can go on YouTube, but really there's no way to verify if those information is correct. And I can say not all, but a number of these things that you Google for these marketers and whatnot are paid contents. They market themselves really well as well. Whether it's fair or unfair, I can't tell you what it is, but what I can say is it's not always the best guide, right? I've been there. A lot of project owners been there. If you're one of the project owners here, you probably will understand what I'm saying. But this is not just affecting the crypto project owners. So the people who are providing services, they are also highly affected. Why I'm saying this? So from time to time in different projects, I'm sure you guys have seen like people popping in to say, hey, do you want some marketing services? Blah, blah, blah. Can I DM you? Oh, please check your DM. I would say out of like 20, not 20, out of 100, it's a good 90% could be a scam. Okay. But there could be real people within there as well. And how else are they going to look for customers if they don't go to projects and try to connect with people and try to offer their services? But at the same time, project owners, they can't tell because like they've been scammed so much. So whoever walks in is like, yeah, forget it, never mind, just go away. It's really difficult. So this affected both sides of the spectrum, right? Some of the marketers, the legit ones themselves that I know that they've talked to me and they've shared, is that to ensure that they built that trust with the project owner, sometimes they would do the work first. The problem is some of these projects are not legit. So what they do is after the marketing is done, they block this marketer and just disappear, and they don't pay. So this problem exists on both ends, right? So it was really where it started beginning. Then we also thought about one thing, which is, when you look into projects as an investor, a lot of time you would question yourself, what sort of marketing have they done? Did they even do any marketing? Like whether it's a good thing or bad thing, you don't know. The problem is you need to find out and make your own judgment and think, oh, maybe I'm still really early. They haven't done their push, or they've done some push, doesn't seem to be effective, but they spent some money. Looks like they know what they're doing, but right now it's hard for you to say that because you don't really know whether it's been spent for this, spent for that. So all these problems stem from one very major thing that's lacking in the space, which is a hub where people can see all this information, where people can find all this information, where people they are able to verify all this information. So we created the freelance platform. Okay, it's gonna be live in April. So the freelance platform is very specific on crypto marketing in this moment. It has some other services that to help projects grow organically. Hence our name, organic growth, and our mass. So, sorry, I lost my train of thoughts when I was talking. Yeah, to grow organically. So all these services that helps projects to grow organically, services to provide, and this platform itself, it has so many other things because it's not only for people to hire or to do job. We also promote legit projects, and whether it's on our advertisement or leaderboard. For us, what is really important is the platform to contain legit projects, at least as much as we can see. Obviously, we won't know 100% for sure, but we can do a lot of due diligence. We can filter a lot of people from being able to appear in the spot, because we want it to be a space where people can safely look at it and say, oh, okay, so they have vetted, although they have paid, but they are vetted. Not everybody can pay and appear there. So it's going to be really important, because right now, a lot of these places that people go to, yes, it's fully decentralized. I agree, it's good, but it also doesn't help investors themselves to feel more secure. So we have a lot of things within the platform that helps to do that, to help people scan or find out, or in terms of purely from marketing aspect. So not like token scanner or anything, not like that. So I guess that's a good nutshell of what it is.
Yeah, that's a little bit, an amazing presentation in regards to Orchid token. I believe everyone here right now will get a little bit information about it, because you went so directly explaining all about the Orchid token. So that's really good to hear. So I would
I'm sorry, your line cut off.
like to know in regards to what you guys have here so far. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, just
Can you hear
now
me
I lost. Yeah, I lost
now?
you for like 10 seconds just now.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a call, but yeah, I'm pretty back. So like I was saying, in regards to OG token, right? How
Mhm.
can investors benefit from the OG token? What are the benefits they can benefit from the OG token?
Yeah, so there's quite a few things that we've done. Like there is a lot of people would have already in their tokenomics, which is things like reflection, but our reflection is really high. So I don't want to check that out, because we're talking about when we go back to normal taxes. So this week we're still on a 0% buy tax and 25% sell only for the first week. But later on we'll go back to the normal, which is 10% buy and 15% sell. So we now, we want to onboard new people. So that's why we're doing a total 0% buy and move all the taxes to sell. But this is also to control like pump and dump. So what is the most important thing about the token is, we do have a burning mechanism. So there is a 2% of each buy and sell percentage. We actually use it for buyback. So it's a manual buyback. We will not use a buyback, at random time or wrong timing. Buyback needs to be timed with the right marketing. So all the tokens that we use those money to buy back, we will burn all of them. So the supply actually, as the trade volume goes, the supply actually gets reduced. So in terms of a holder's perspective, whatever that you guys are holding, the value increases, even though if the money doesn't change, but the percentage of what you hold increase. So in the long run, it's really, really beneficial for each person's wallet. Even if you have very little tokens right now, as we burn, the value does go up, the trade volume goes up, the price goes up as well. So that's interactive action that is going to happen. But one thing that we do for our holders, that's something that other projects don't do, is we actually have to reward people for holding the token. We actually have an elite membership club. I can share the poster to you guys later. So what this elite membership club does is basically, the benefit of elite membership club is we will find projects that we partner with or good. We will share the whitelist spots. Obviously, all this it still depends whether the elite members they want to invest or not. At no means do we are we the ambassador of all these projects, but what we try to do is find all the information or find all the available resources that we have as a free service to people who hold a certain amount of token and above, like really holding, because we will check all this membership. We will try and secure that. Right now, we're trying to see if we can get some deals from some launch pads to see if they are able to feed us with like whitelist spots for our elite members only. So no promises, but we're trying to see like different ways of obtaining all this, so that the elite membership club, they will constantly be fed with all this information. So it's still a club that's building in process. It's only going to open on the 26th of March, but the requirement is that they have to hold 50,000 tokens up to 25th of March. We will check the wallet weekly for every member to make sure that they're still holding on to the requirement, because if they dump, they're out of the club, benefits are gone. We won't give that benefit. So it's a bit different. We're doing our members a service, because what our vision is to make sure that we grow with the crypto market. We want to grow the crypto market the right way, starting from marketing standpoint and wanting to clear out some bad players where possible. And things like this, like growing portfolio of holders, growing projects, growing connections, growing partnerships, all these are part of what we do. It all gels with the branding that we have. It all gels with what we want to do. So there's a lot of potential to do much more. But at this moment, we're focused on these few utilities that we've spoken about, because obviously you can have a lot of utilities that work, but you also need to make sure you're realistic. You have people to work on it. You have resources. You have measurement methods. So over rapid growth will not make sense. But yeah, I stray away from the topic. But yes, for the crypto, if they hold our token, there's a lot of benefit. And we also try to do as much service as possible to people that's holding the token.
That's an amazing stuff you guys got there. And I also like the way you take your time to explain to the investors here how they could benefit from your token. You just don't tell them that you can have reflection and stuff like that. You give them an extra mind in which it's really really important for them to see how important the OG token is here. And I was thinking about something yesterday. I came across a project, and looking at the background of the project, I tend to realize that most of those projects were copyrights from another project. So I would like to know, are you guys the first people right coming up with this idea, or maybe you've seen someone come up with the idea and you're trying to make yours a little bit more professional, or I should say premium, and stuff like that. So I'd like to know if you guys are the only one coming up with this idea in the crypto space, or and stuff like that.
Right. I think it's a bit different. Okay, it's a bit hard for me to explain this because, freelance platform in general is not a new idea. I don't think it's fair if we claim, oh, we're the first one to do this. But what I would say, we're very different in the sense that a lot of things that we do, the little components within the platform, is a mixture of a lot of different things that makes us unique. So a lot of times freelance platform is only for freelancing. You hire and then you look for a job. Because we also have a leaderboard for promotion and to promote cryptos and whatnot. So let's look at all these sites that do listings. So you have a lot of coin listing sites. You have CoinGuard, you have Coin Discovery, Coin Sniper, Coin Hunter, Coin Hunt. There's a lot of different coin listing sites, even CoinGecko themselves or CMC, different kind of coin listing sites. So ours are a lot different method. We also have articles at the bottom. Think of articles like places like Telegraph, Cointelegraph, places where they can release articles. We also have that at the bottom. We also have banner ads. So, it's a mixture of a few things. So I would say, are we able to copyright like each individual one as its own? No, because, different sites, different thing, they're doing different thing. But for us, we're combining everything into one massive effort for people to be like, it's a one-stop marketing hub. You just come here, everything related to crypto marketing, you look at it. So it's a really niche market that we're tapping into, I would say. Whereas I would say there are people who are trying to create, for example, freelance platform pertaining to the crypto industry, but it's not a niche category, or do they have everything that is encompassing the platform just like we do? Are we able to trademark the whole idea? Unfortunately, no, because like I said, it's in a lot of different areas. So it really depends on, anyone can add more areas and make it more compact. That goes without saying. But do we have like a specific trademark for our company and all that? Yes, it's already registered. Everything is good. I would say what makes us really unique is how we look at it holistically and the service that we do provide. One thing that doesn't happen in this space a lot is like consultancy or the willingness to connect people without thinking of a benefit. Because what even right now, as we're doing, we have a few partners and things that we do. We don't talk about payments left or right now, because we're focused about growing each other's what we're doing at the moment. So I would say copyright, yes, it's important. Trademark, it is important, but I think most important thing is how it's executed. So is it unique? Yes, in terms of its holistic view, but is it something brand new? If you look at the pieces separately, no. If that makes sense. I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's really a great point, because the reason why I'm asking is because most of the investors here they seem cannot differentiate a project they want to invest into, right? Let's say, for example, I came across the Ojo token, and I came across another token, and they both have the same features. They're gonna be confused on which one is the right one, and because of that, it causes lots of people from not having investors into the project. And another thing I would like to ask in regards to you partnering with other groups and stuff like that. Do let's say, for example, right, you want to partner with the Golden Diggers, right? Is there a certain maybe, let's say, a certain form I have to fill up, or is there a certain thing you're looking up for me to be able to get into before you can partner with me, or you just come ahead and we talk about a little bit of details and we go into partnership together, or is there something you require from me for us to be able to get in partner with each other?
Yeah, so I like that question. Right now we don't have a form just yet, so we're really having like actual conversations instead of a form and whatnot. But coming close to the launch of the platform, we will have a form, because the request will be going quite high up. Right now we are constantly talking to different people, so it's taking quite a chunk of time, but we want to be able to form like the real solid one as a base. So I would say we're still in early stages. I would like to talk to you about how to get you on there, what we can do for sure. But honestly, for all other the processes for all other influencers or groups or anything along those crypto marketing lines, it has to come a little later, potentially end of the month, before we work on it like hot on full drive. Because right now we're trying to grow the elite club memberships. That's our main focus in between, to keep it sustainable for elite members. And then when the platform is launching, this can all come together in place. So that would work out just nice.
Awesome. Let's go to your tokenomics. Can you explain to us about your tokenomics of your project?
Yeah,
Yeah, like the
sure.
buy and sell type. Yeah.
Sure. We have a total of 57 million total supply. Right now in circulation is 20 million. We have about 10 million sitting on the site just for exchanges in future. So exchanges like we're talking about centralized exchanges, or it could be other DEX. So you need tokens to add liquidity whenever you go to all these exchanges. Otherwise, they can't. So we lock some amount up. There are different allocations for investors and partnership, marketing, team development. So one thing that I do want to note out here is for marketing and development wallets, these two wallets of tokens, we're not planning to use it as much as possible unless, we need to drive certain campaigns that require tokens, but we'll try to stay out of it because whenever it's used, price would go down. So we try not to use it at all. And after 2 years, if it's like literally no use for it, like unless if we need it for staking, but if there is no use for it whatsoever, we will not hesitate to literally just burn all of those supply as well. So not only from the circulating supply will we keep burning, we will also look for like wallets to burn if it's not necessary. So burn will be quite active for us because a lot of things that we put there are safety nets, but it doesn't mean that we're going to use it or doesn't mean that it will definitely be utilized that same way. We'll be very, very careful because I'm not a big fan of using tokens as a payment. Own tokens as a payment that doesn't equate our own money putting in. Obviously, if we buy the tokens, then that's fine. But if it's in the circulation and we're using it, no, it's not something we're really looking into. So we have those are the tokenomics. Then in terms of buy and sell text, earlier mentioned that this week, 5 more days actually, we'll still be on 0% buy, 25% sell, 25% sell because we actually had a migration before this and from V1 to V2 contract because there was some issue with the first contract. So we will move on to the second contract just to make sure that everybody is still stable on the ground. We put in a safety net of 25%, but this will change. It's not a permanent number. It's going to go back to 10% buy and 15% sell. And we might look into further reduction as the platform grows because if the platform grows, we really don't need such high taxes and that will promote more usage of it. But yeah, this is so far how the tokenomics work. Just so you guys know, our contract is actually created by Trinos. So if you guys know Trinos, his contract is really good.
That's amazing. Yeah. So I think that's all for my questions. I believe the community have lots of questions to ask. But before we go to the community, do you have anything you may want to touch on that we missed earlier?
I don't think you've missed any point. No, I don't think you've missed any.
Oh, okay. Now I think let's go to the community questions. So guys, if you have question you want to raise your hands now, and please make sure when you ask some question, it goes directly to the team. And you shouldn't ask an internet-based question because if you do ask an internet-based question, I'm going to meet you right away. So first of all, we want to start with Jen. Jen, you're free to speak.
Thanks so much. Good evening.
Good evening,
Can you
Jen.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Jen.
Okay. My question is based on your partnerships because you know that partnership is the most important thing in any project because it helps the project to grow and to remain consistent. So my question is, how do you tend to get more partners to help your project to move ahead and to help your project to continue to grow in the long term?
Yeah, for sure. And I agree with you. Partnerships are so important. That's why right now, actually, every day we're working on different partnerships and we're speaking to different people. We're already strategic partners with some of these people, and the connection that they bring is, tremendous. Every day we're meeting new people. Right now we're using really close contacts that people can recommend because we want a trusted network in the background. But obviously, as we grow, we will look for business development managers within, like our own business development managers. They will go out and scout for partnerships. So these are things that, they have to do. They have to go look. But meanwhile, I am mostly in charge of that at this very moment. There is really no need to do that from others' end because obviously these are things that is still within my control that I can do before we put on to someone else. So that's why all partnerships conversations right now comes from my site. Monday, actually, we're releasing some images or logos of our partners on our website. They have already put us on their website, some of them, and then, it's our end that we were late. But we're going to have it on starting Monday. So you'll see some logos over there. I believe very familiar names that you guys might have seen before, but good people all around.
What more can you do to make your community continue growing?
Sorry, the line was cutting just now. Could you repeat?
Say, what plans do you have for your community to continue growing, as in to get more investors to your projects?
Yeah, so we have actually, ever since we started, we had some calls, we had some YouTube videos, organic reviews actually from, if you guys know Money Ninjas, he himself, he did the organic review for us, a really long 21-minute video. I've never seen him done such a long video. I always watch him. I was really glad that he could review us. We had a few YouTube videos, we had some competition. So to grow, actually right now, we are really focused on internally retaining the current holders and growing within as well. Obviously from outside. So we have buy competitions for the week. We have holders giveaway for tokens. These are short term at this very moment. But what's really important for us, earlier I did mention about the elite club. We do want to grow that and give service to these people. So all the people that are currently holding quite a big amount of tokens, starting from 50,000 as a minimum, 50,000 tokens as a minimum, we're doing them service if they want to join the elite club, like I've mentioned previously. So they get special access to information, potentially whitelist spots, so they don't have to fight with other people or buy or pay specifically to do it. They just have to hold on to their OG tokens, while they earn their reflections, while the value of their token go up as we burn, while being able to look for other projects to invest in. So our main focus of bringing more people later on would be when our platform launches, because that would really push the trade volume. At this specific moment right now, this is our plan.
Thank you for the transparency. Thank you so much. I would like to participate in your project.
Thank you, Jen. Appreciate your questions.
That's my question.
Welcome.
Thanks, Jen. I forget to mention earlier, the audio team are generous enough to give out $100 prize for best questions. So I believe you all want to do well to ask best questions. So we'll take the next question for Big Bang.
Hi, Goldie girls. Hey, Joey. Essentially, my question is, you have a very, very nice website. I launched the app, and you have a very awesome UX. I mean, because usually most Web3 projects usually have bad UX, and but then you have a very nice UI and UX. Your website is so amazing and awesome. So yeah, my question, which is basically from the perspective of someone who wants to buy a service on your platform, you explicitly stated that only the people who use the OG token will be able to use the escrow services on your platform. So
Yes.
me as someone who wants to buy a service, there is a 10% buy tax and a 15% sell tax on your token. So this essentially means that why do I have to pay 10% extra to buy your token when I only just want to pay for a service? I mean, it feels somewhat unfair to me. Would you like to explain if this tax is going to be removed sooner or is going to be there forever? So that's what I'm trying to clear up.
Yeah, so typically most freelance sites, they actually charge processing fee to people who use the service on both front and back end. So the fee can be multiple fee. It's not just by percentage. They can charge you a monthly fee plus a percentage plus additional taxes fee. So there's like 3 fees usually, because I use freelance platform quite a bit. So for us, we specifically place that if they want to use BUSD and BNB, it's fine. We do charge a 10% as well over there. So it's better if they use the OG token, because we do have 10% tax like you mentioned. But the escrow feature can only be unlocked in the OG token. So to enjoy the benefit of that, we need our own tokens. Will we look into reducing that in the future? Most likely, yes. At this moment, we're looking at 10% only because we know that it's competitive to the market. As for the sell taxes, right now, when it goes back to normal, it'll be 15%. Usually, freelance platform, they charge a commission of about 20 to 25% per account, and that's not inclusive again of their monthly fee, which could be very high, and they have something called credits. So a lot of these major sites, they do charge credits so that people cannot just simply pledge for a job and not do it, or not reply to these owners and make sure that they pay for it. So there's a pledge fee, those credits that they have to pay for, and that's actually very expensive, much more than the taxes or the commission itself. But we lay it very simple. We do a 15% sell tax. Obviously, this goes back as a reflection to the holders, plus it burns the value. So if the marketers themselves, they don't want to sell it, or if they are providing a service, they don't want to sell it, they have some influence in the market, they can push the value of the token as well for it to go up. But as the transaction do happen, the trade volume increases, this actually goes more rampant. So I would say the price stability is going to be there. So the taxes, yes, I hear you about the amount of the taxes, but at the same time, we're also very reasonable to keep on par, if not actually lesser than most of this freelance platform. Because why it's expensive, why do they charge quite a bit commission and all that on this platform, is because normally freelance platform is very heavy. They have chat inside. You have dispute resolution process. You have a lot of things that is heavy for the server. And for all this server, for monthly fee, it's not cheap. Security for those servers is not cheap. And if they upload a lot of files, if they keep sending back and forth between the customer and the owner themselves, those are all really, really high costs. That's why all freelance platforms, they charge very much. But for us, the taxes that do come back, even then, not all goes back to the business itself. A lot of it goes back to buyback and burn, and then it goes back to reflection. So technically, the percentage is very low. Will we look into reducing it in the future? Also, potentially, yes. Is it guaranteed at the moment? No. But I just thought of sharing with you the insights, how we came with that, so that you know that it's not a ridiculous number that we just decide out of nothing.
Okay, I think that's really awesome. But I want to be clear. Do you mean that after the buy or and sell tax, there is no fee to use your platform, right?
For the person to buy, if they are using the purchase, if they buy, no. So the person hiring, they just have to buy the token. That's it. Well, they have to pay the BSC transfer gas fee. That's not on me because that's the smart chain. But the second thing is basically the freelancer themselves. So there is as low as 1% fee. Again, this is to support in case of transactions and all that. We need like repository for places where we can pay for. So there's quite a few division of fee. So it can go as low as 1% if they pay monthly, like $200 a month to subscribe. That's actually very low comparing to many sites. Again, no extra credit, but that would bring all their fee down to 1% additional. So if they sell, it's 15 for sure, but it's only 1%. Additionally, we have an additional function for people who use this premium feature. If they subscribe to the premium feature, they can contact the employers without the employers doing any contact upfront. So it's like if you guys know LinkedIn LinkedIn Premium. LinkedIn Premium currently does that, where they have to buy a credit and also they have to pay monthly to contact someone proactively. So as a recruiter, I mean, so they call it like LinkedIn Gold for recruiter or something like that. It's much more than just premium. They charge a lot for those services, but we're not doing that. Again, it's just fixed that monthly $200. And then, but that's only if they want to reduce the fee to 1%. If they don't want to pay that $200, they just want to pay for $50 a month and 3% fee, by all means. Or if they don't want to pay any monthly fee, they can go with a 5% fee. That's a standard account. It's free to sign up. They don't get charged until a transaction happens, but they can only do up to 2 transactions for free. Because obviously, if they keep doing that, depending on the amount of the transaction, it might not support the weight of the what we're paying in terms of cost to retain the data that they're using in the platform, if that makes sense.
Very clear, very, very clear. Thank you, Jeff.
Pleasure.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, Bing Bang. Yeah, go for it, Nice Babes.
Thank you very much. You've actually done so well in your presentation so far, and I really appreciate the fact that you've actually presented this so perfectly well. But I want to state one point, which is obvious, that so many tokens, no matter what no matter the utility they're having, no matter the hype that is backing the project, they've actually failed because those who make up the team members do not share the same vision, do not share the same goals, do not have the same motivation. And so when there is an issue internally, this tends to affect the project and it may eventually collapse. And at this point, I want to ask you, if those who makes up the team with you, I know you're one of the founder, there are others who also make up the team with you. Do you guys share the same vision? Do you have the same motivation? Just in case things are not going as planned, you're there to stick together like, no, this is what we intend to do. No matter what happens, we're going to see it through and all that. Who are these guys that makes up the team with you? Do you know them personally?
Yeah, so I think this is one thing that I do want to clarify. I love this because what you're saying is so true. And I think we've seen that even on the major crypto. It could be good, it could be bad. But obviously, it causes a lot of uncertainty at that moment when things like that happen. And I wouldn't minus or discount the fact of what you've said. So right now, Jawad and I, we both own the company. As in both of our names are literally in the company. We also have a legal agreement between us two. And I'll tell you why. It's because our relationship is not just a business partner. He's also my partner in life. So before we step into this business, we had a very strict deal that we have to each sign an agreement against the company and against ourselves to say, if this happen, if this happened, what happens? Who owns the company? What happens to this? What's the direction from there? What's the next step? So we actually have a legal documentation for that, for things like that between us since November. Again, the reason is because, like you said, anything can happen. Doesn't matter if it's even your family member, your close ones, your partners, anyone, as long as it's human and another human, you don't know when conflict happens, you don't know what will strive. And I can promise you the sky and the moon right now and say we won't, we this, that. But I think the thing that would make most sense is if we both tie ourselves to that agreement, which we did, because this way is fair for him and I, regardless of anything that happens.
I am so impressed to hear that. In fact, this gives me this contentment and rest of mind that no matter what happens, you, the team members, you're going to stand behind the token, basically because there's disagreements that everyone needs to abide to. that is beautiful. If most projects are doing that, I think when things are going bad with the token or the project, they will definitely not abandon the project and run away. That is a relief. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Th-
No worries.
Thanks.
Thank you for
Thanks.
understanding.
Thanks, nice grape. Sophia, you're next. Feel free to ask your question.
Thank you. So my question is, I want to know that do you have any
Sophia? Sophia, we can hear you. Okay, I guess we'll have to move on. Let's go to Moonshine. You're free to ask your question.
Okay, I wanted to ask regarding your wallet. Is it only going to be for OG tokens related things, or what features are you planning to implement in the future that will make it more enticing than the other wallets like Trust Wallet, Binance, and the likes of it?
We won't have our own wallets. Our project do not have any wallets. Basically.
Okay, is there any reason for that, or do you have it in the future? Do you have it in mind in the future to create a wallet of your own, or you've never considered
No.
doing that?
No, that's not within our goal, and it's not within the plan that we will do. I can quite positively tell you that, because our project is really focused on basically our niche is in crypto marketing itself. We are not looking into any wallets development. No.
Okay. Thanks for that, Moonlight. We want to go next to Jude. Jude, you're free to ask your question.
Yeah. Oh, nice project here, Joey. I'm happy to complete your project. I've seen a lot of things that are very beneficial from it. So my question goes this way, please. Getting the trust of users in this BSS is indeed a very big problem. So what marketing strategies are implemented by to gain more users' beliefs? And also what factors should me as an investor plan to enter your project in order to invest in your project? What do you think about that?
So when it comes to marketing, I think we have done a lot of different types of marketing for sure. And I think that our Twitter will be able to show you the amount of things that we've done, and we've actually spent quite a bit. I would say the right marketing is when the utility is out, and depends on what kind of marketing are you talking about. But we are looking into more towards branding the projects, because right now what is really important when the platform comes up is that people are able to see, people are able to find, understand when they search OG token or OG platform, they know what they are looking for, they can find things what they're looking for. At this moment, there isn't much media coverage that we have. It's something that we do want to look into. It's press releases. We have not looked into it yet. We thought of aligning it along with the launch of the platform. That would make more sense, more buzz. This would include a lot of mainstream media. So we're trying to get more coverage over there so that our SEO on Google will be better when people search for us. So I would say the next step for proper marketing to brand the project in the right way would be more towards media.
Okay, that's better. Thanks for your answer. I wish you the best for it.
Thanks,
Thank you, Lord.
Jude. Sophia, you can go up again. You can try again. Sophia, you do have a bad connection. Maybe you can type your question on the chat and she can read it. We want to go to the next person. Young investor. Young investor is free to speak.
Hello, good evening. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Can you speak a little bit louder, young investor?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, my Telegram is lagging, so I don't know if this question is being answered already. Please, I want to know if they have any projects already, or is this their first project?
Yeah, so this is not my first project. Previously, I was involved in a project with two other partners. I left that project, started this with Jawad right now. In terms of for him, yes, this is the first one he directly owns, but it's not the first one we've helped people out with or helped projects out with. We've helped a few at the background, but we don't make them known, but we have like some experience in that term.
Like what experience? Can you tell me why you abandoned the project to start this particular one?
I didn't abandon. There's actually three of us, and I don't want to mention anything defamatory to their project or anything along those lines. Let's just say I had better opportunity out of the project because later on I did need to, not later on, I actually had our OG is basically funded by two really major investor, 2-person, plus of course two of us. So a lot of money that they have to create a new one. I left ultimately because of certain things that I can't see past for the other project, and we don't have legal agreements or we don't have company in that one. So, there's a few things that we are doing very differently there than here. So that's why I left.
Okay, as the OG token owner now, can you tell me what you want to bring, what you want to offer with this your particular token that have not been offered in crypto space, so that you can attract more holders to trust in your project? Project comes up on a daily basis. So what do you have to offer with this your particular token?
Yeah, I guess. Sorry.
Investor, you permitted to just ask one question,
Okay,
and
sorry.
please mute your background. We're having a feedback from you. So we just want to ask one question because we don't have much time. If you do have more questions, you can head to the Telegram and ask them. There are lots of people raising their hand and they want to ask questions. So we want to go to the next person. Paragon, you're free to ask a question.
Thank you for the opportunity. My question is based on your utility, and that is escrow features. You are the first person that will be making use of these particular features on your project. Now, my question is, in case a project owner doesn't like a particular services that was delivered by the marketer, and the marketer has already been paid using your OG token. The project owner does not really in support of maybe the work wasn't delivered very well. Like, do you have a terms and condition that is backing you up so that to prevent you from any legal action being taken by the project owner? That's my question.
Yeah. I guess the key word here perhaps is dispute resolution. So yes, there are a lot of ways for people to be dissatisfied with the service. So where we come in play, if there is a dispute where people want to cancel the escrow, it has to do with only two scenarios. One is if they don't deliver. Secondly is late delivery. So why, in terms of quality of whatever that they've delivered, or in terms of measurement, when it comes to marketing, it's very difficult and it doesn't make sense because there's a few factors. It depends on, first, as a marketer, it depends on the things that they have to market. So it depends on the product. They can't change the product, can they? They can only try and change their strategy. Secondly is expectation of the person that is hiring and expectation that is set by the person who's doing it. Now, things like that is things that we cannot measure because it also has like market condition that you have to consider. You also have to consider quite a few things before, like if you're sourcing for something freelance when it comes to effect, it's really hard because you still need to have a plan to put all these freelancers together. So our dispute policy, we only cover non-delivery or late delivery. When it comes to questions like, oh, I'm not happy with the service or things like that, we don't get involved directly, but on our platform, there's rating and there's comments. So this rating and comments, it goes both ways. So the person who's hiring and the person who's receiving the service, providing the service, both of them will be commented. So once the transaction is over, they can comment on each other along with the rating. So this will help to give like a clearer picture whether this person is true or not true, or correct or not correct. Obviously, if it's just fully brand new, it's really hard to judge whether this person will be effective or not. You really have to see based on the portfolio. At least you know that the escrow can help you from ensuring something is at least done. But when it comes to the quality, no. So that's why we have the rating and the comment feature, because that would determine the authenticity, and not everybody can actually comment on it, because you have to finish the transaction first to be able to leave that comment. So it'll be authentic review.
Okay, thank you
Can
very
I
much for
ask
the answer.
Thank you, Paragon. Before you ask a question, Eunice, I think Sophia has dropped her question on the chat. She's asking, I want to know that do you have any premium profile options in your project? So project owners or freelancers pay the fee for getting the premium features. I can get your profile display on top of the platform with a highlighted profile.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have all these promoted spots on the platform. There's different places, so it depends on. It really depends on where in the site. So we have banner ads, we have leaderboard spots, we have internal dashboard ones, things like that. So I would say at this very moment, there is so many places, so it depends on where you want to say it, but we do have places where they can pay, but not everybody can pay for that service. We still have to go through and see if we agree with what they do, if we feel like, their KYC is strong enough and we feel that it's comfortable for them to appear. So even though those are payable options, but not everybody is allowed to. It's really by application, and through the application, once it's successful, then only they make the payment. So they can't just, I'm going to pay you, you have to promote us, like from our end. No. So it depends on who as well. Because we want to make sure that these people that we're promoting, they're safe as possible that we can find for people to use. We don't want to be promoting something that's scam.
All right, thank you so much for that. So we get last question from Eunice.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, my question is about your auditing plans. I would like to know if you guys will still do more auditing of your contracts in more different companies, and to make the contract more and more secure and to detect loopholes and make it free from rocks. So I would like to know if you guys will still do more auditing of your contract.
Yeah, so the first version of the contract were audited. Then the second version right now is actually created by Trinos himself. Trinos is an auditor and a creator of the contract. He's really famous in the space, and I really like to promote his work because his codes are really beautiful. Even for someone who's not good with codes, they actually can understand. So I would say at this moment, we are probably not going to fully further audit since it's done by Trinos himself. But if situations arise where we have to, we will. But it's really not mandatory at this moment. I think anybody can see the codes are really, really beautifully written. If I can share you guys Trinos's channel. He's a big dude in the industry, and like I said, he's an auditor himself. So he created the contract. He deployed it. We didn't change anything there from his deployment. He transferred the contract over to us.
All right. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thanks so much, Eunice. We have gone out of time, and I can see lots of people still have questions to ask. So we won't be able to take more questions because we don't have time. But sure, if you do have more questions, you can head to the Telegram channel and ask your questions. I can see that Black Adam and Ray Bishop have questions, so you can head to their Telegram channel and ask your question. So we quickly want to move to the next segment of the AMA. Joey, do you have questions you want to ask our community? So like always, guys, she's gonna be asking us questions in regards to our project. The first person that's gonna be writing the question on the chat have the possibility of winning a prize. So you're free to go ahead, Joey.
Sure. Let's start with an easy one. How many tokens at this moment, at the bare minimum, should a person hold? How many minimum OG tokens must a person hold to be an elite member? Do you guys get my question? Oh, it's in the chat. 1 million. No. Sean got it. Yay! 50K.
Who got it? Sean?
Sean.
Oh yeah, Sean got it. Congrats, Grant. You can go ahead with the next question.
Okay, so next question. Name 3 utilities that we have for the OG token. Now this is gonna be a tough one if you don't listen, because there's a lot of utilities. Well, I would say freelance and escrow is the same thing because the only way to use the token from freelancing is the escrow. One more. You had 2. Cryptos Bishop, you have 2. Just add 1 more. Freelance website blog, 2. Freelance website ads placement, there's only 2. Dudes, we have so many. AMA freelance blog. Isaac, you want it. Isaac Ice. He got it. He got it.
We got some. We got some. Yeah. Congratulations, Isaac Ice. That was good. So guys, this is one of the way we want to, whenever we have an AMA, make sure to always check their website and read about them so you can get prepared and also have opportunity of winning a prize as well. So thank you everyone for coming. And yeah, before we're gonna wrap up the AMA, Joey, do you have any last words to say to the community here?
Yeah, I guess we have our buy competition that's going on. We might change the mechanics a little bit after 24 hours. We're just monitoring how it goes. It might be more interesting. We have some tokens giveaway for people who are holding the tokens, so do come in and check it out. Right now is 0% buy tax, so I would say if you are looking for a serious and legit project to invest in, if you like our project, you can have a look, and if you decide, this is a good time right now. No force, no, I wouldn't say please buy, do buy, but yeah.
Thanks so much. Thanks everyone for coming on. And if you do have more questions, don't be shy. Joey is always there to answer your questions. And I'm going to post the Telegram link. You guys are free to join the Telegram, and check them out. In my opinion, I feel like this is an amazing project. But as always, you want to do your own research, right? And see if you can fit in. So thank you everyone for coming around. And yeah, Joey, nice to have you. And I'm gonna send you the record after the AMA.
Sure. Appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for having me, Caleb, and thank you everybody for your time. Regardless of anything, I'm glad you guys spent some time with us, and I wish you guys all the best as well.
Yeah, and can I send you the winners through the private chat?
Yeah, please do. Mm-hmm.
All right, no worries. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next AMA.
Bye, guys.